All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NA Showmatch Week 1. I believe the first showmatch we've had this session with students. And I am Lol Meowing Cat, joined here by the Small Doge, or Small Dog.
Either one. It works.
All right. And we are
How's it
straight
going,
into
man?
pick and ban.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how things kind of turn out here. One of the questions that I'm hoping to get answered is, will we see any Urgot today?
Yeah.
So
And
I would love to see that champion played.
straight off the bat, just really standard bans. We see the Cho'Gath and Zac taken away. The Nasus has been surging up in popularity a lot recently and has really shown a lot of strength with that change. The 50% CDR off of his ulti. So he can just Q immediately over and over again. 1 second CD with max cooldown reduction, which is insane. He doesn't even need stacks to be strong. So taking that champion out, it's
Yeah, Guy
understandable.
Fieri, the team seems to be focusing a lot of these late game champions, whereas D-Boyz so far, they've banned away the Thresh as well as the Zac, looking towards, eliminating early game. Now we'll have to see what Guy Fieri actually ends up picking up.
Yeah,
Upper
that
in the
MF
Echo?
ban is a bit strange because teams did not agree on target bans for game one. So that was a target ban at Lucid Lifestyle, which is his most comfortable champion. A bit odd, but all's fair in love and war, I guess.
Sure.
um,
Malice XO gets the Jarvan there, so I believe that's going to be
yeah.
jungle pickup, very likely.
It is a very large flex pick, and it does look like Malice Exo is the only one that plays it. So
Oh, fair enough.
it's probably going to be in the top lane, actually. The Jarvan is a flex pick, but if I had to take any bets, I would go towards the top lane. And speaking of the top lane, I Wormy, picking the Yasuo, his main champion, most games played, and also the highest rated player in this game by a large amount. Everyone is like a full tier below him. He's gold 5 compared to most people in this game being a silver 5.
Yeah, and Iwormy, I mean, 280 damage tops. It will be interesting how D-Boyz actually supplements that Yasuo, giving him more abilities to go off of his ult. But I mean, as a Yasuo, you do have that wind slash, so you don't really need to worry too much. But it's always nice if you can get somebody with a little bit more reliable CC. We do have the other two lock-ins, Maokai as well as Echo.
Yeah, and with that, it's really strange that the Maokai actually made it to second rotation. He is
Yeah.
a very strong champion right now. Probably pick ban. In solo queue, he definitely is a pick ban. And the ability that the strength that Maokai has for the amount of skill required is insane. He has a very low skill floor just because he has point and click CC, right? And then he has so much hard CC, he can lock down someone for 2 years. I mean, this Yasuo, he can just get W'd by the Maokai. You can't win wall that, right? You can
Yeah.
lock him down, and then you have the triple melees to go dive him and blow him up. So if Iwormy mispositions or doesn't get tanky enough and goes just really greedy for full damage, then he could get blown up really quickly in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, Karma will be there to give him a little bit of a shield, but I mean, it is definitely not the best shield in the world. Now, we do see a target ban at Pancake Whacker in that a second target ban, I should say, on the Blitzcrank. So,
Blitzcrank is a bit more understandable. He is a very strong pick right now. He is being played
sure.
competitively, and when Blitzcrank is being played competitively, you know that something's up because he is a solo queue monster, right? Even when you don't see him in competitive play for years, you know that he's still a good solo queue pick. So when a solo queue pick is being pulled out in LCS or LCK, that is when a champion is very strong. And Blitzcrank is definitely up there with Thresh, who is also banned out.
Yeah. But, I mean, D-Boyz, they've targeted that bot lane heavily. There are 4 bans all dedicated towards that bot lane. So I will expect that Wingnut and Silver and Korea, they're both they're both scared at least to the bot lane. They want to make sure they keep them down, and Ashe could be a very good early game pick.
Yeah, the Ashe providing some extra CC, so they have a lot of CC already. Now, Envied, the jungler of D-Boyz, is a substitute, and I haven't looked too much into him, but it looks like he's a support main. And he picks the Rakan, which is one of his few played champions, but they were told to get an LCS order, and I'm not sure if that's actually a jungle Rakan. I can't see if he has Smite. His client is bugged. Is that
Yeah,
the edge of Smite? I see. I,
I think that is.
I, yeah, you can see a sliver of it, barely.
It is a lighter shade of yellow
Well, you can't see it
as
on
opposed to the
stream,
ignite.
but yeah, no. Silver in Korea is gonna be playing jungle this game with the Lee Sin. Much, much more standard, I should say.
It does look
Um,
like the Smite icon, but nonetheless, Silver and Korea, yep, gonna go with the Lee Sin. So they do have something else that will complement the Yasuo in the Lee Sin kick,
yeah,
but
and
I don't know.
you know what would really work? The Rakan could group them up and then like set them up for a Lee Sin kick or just a Yasuo Q.
Right,
So if Rakan gets off a really good
absolutely.
quickness and then Yasuo has his tornado up, they could definitely. It does take a lot of preparation to have 3 stacks for the Yasuo Q, as well as getting that Rakan in place. But if all the stars align, they could have a monstrous team fight. Although Braum could just destroy that with a well used wall.
Yeah, right now I'm definitely favoring Guy Fieri's team comp. It seems like they kind of got the picks they wanted. Maybe a little bit too much focus towards that bot lane. And D-Boyz, I mean, we'll just have to see what they are able to do with this team. It's a high skill-based team comp that they've set up, so we'll have to see what they do.
Yeah, well, um, something to note is if you look at these team comps, you have a lot of melees on the side of Team Guy Fieri, but there's not too many, melee. Like there's not like a real large range discrepancy, and so like Astron still, sorry, Acterion still has wave clear on the Echo, so it's not like they're really losing anything by having all these melees. And they definitely have enough damage with the Echo and Tristana and Jarvan being a bruiser.
Right.
Look how much more tanky they are, right? They
Yeah.
have, a Braum, a Maokai who are super tanky, and then a Jarvan who's fairly tanky. And look at how squishy the team of D-Boyz is. They
Yeah.
have Lee Sin as their front line. That's really not that much.
Yeah, I think D-Boyz is really banking on getting some early kills and kind of steamrolling out into the later game.
Yeah, and I mean, if they do have something, they do have Snowball. Lee Sin is very good
Yep.
at snowballing. Yasuo is very good at snowballing. Rakan can really allow his team to get ahead if he's ahead because of his ability to engage. And so with this team comp here, you have an Ashe, a Rakan, and a Karma who can all supplement anyone who gets ahead, but it's really all on iWormy and Silver in Korea to get this team ahead and like really steamroll to get the win before it gets too late. And that Tristana and that tankiness is going to start scaling up from Team Guy Fieri.
Yeah, and the other thing about late game is Guy Fieri does have that 2 teleport, so they are going to have that late game advantage in the teleport. It does come down to like how they utilize it though.
Yeah, the
Be
double
interested to
TP
see what
could,
they end up doing.
yeah, it could allow for some out rotations. I can't see if next Eminus has the TP or Ignite.
I think he
It looks
or
like
no.
Ignite, just
I don't think
barely.
yeah, I don't think Next does. I'm pretty sure iWormy does though.
Yeah, so it's one TP versus two, and also that is a bit strange because Karmas normally do tend towards to go towards the teleport when they're in the mid lane, especially if they're against a teleport user, which the Echo is. So that's a bit of an odd choice going for the Ignite, although it does possibly help against the Maokai late game to prevent that healing from getting insane. But
Yeah, for sure.
I think that a Morello's or an Executioner's from someone else would be far more, you know, standard to take care of that.
Yeah, and to touch again, like Guy Fieri, they seem like they've got really good mobility. I mean, there's a decent amount of mobility in D-Boyz as well, but I'm mainly looking at that Ashe right now. She's such a stationary target, something easy to pick on.
Yeah. And with that, we are going to go to a quick pause. And in a few seconds, we will be in game for game one between Team Guy Fieri and D-Boyz. Don't go anywhere.
Alrighty, welcome onto the Rift, into the game, everybody. On the blue side, just a quick warm welcome to Team Guy Fieri in the top lane. We've got Malisexo in the jungle. We've got Uggles in the mid lane. Actirion in
Some hard names today.
as AD carry, Lucid, Lifestyle, and on support, Pancake, Whacker. And on the red side, we've got Team D-Boyz, maybe a little bit of action. Wormy in the top lane. Ooh, Ashe showed herself too. Gets a ward out. In the jungle, we've got Silver and Korea. In the mid lane, Next Enemies. And as AD carry, Wingnut. And on support, NV3D. Nailed it.
Yeah. I think it's envied, but, you know, let's go NV3D.
Oh, okay. Might just end up calling him Envy. But I am excited. I am really excited to see what this beautiful new game holds for us.
First show match of the new Learning 5 session. I don't know what number session we're on. I don't think we ever keep track of it at this time. It has gone to double digits. 2017 session 2 or 3? 3, I think, right?
I wish I knew. I really do. But some early wards early on, and Maokai is going to be starting the jungle here. Maokai, very good at this first camp, especially just because he can rack up those saplings.
Yeah, and these saplings can really leash a lot, but he could even go without a leash, honestly. He could have just done Raptors, or he could do like the specialty where he goes Raptors and has his bot lane do red for him. Braum definitely could tank it up and clear it pretty well with the Tristana, but just going for a more standard start, also giving away his jungle positioning, so they know both junglers are going to be starting on the bottom camps respectively. Now, first thing to note is that Silver and Korea actually went for the Gromp, so he is going for a slow full clear.
Yeah, he did start that Gromp, so he's going to be a little bit slower towards that top lane, but it shouldn't matter too much. Both of these top laners are fairly safe. It kind of depends on how much Malisexo is able to get the bully down. Ooh, and maybe a little bit of damage coming here in the bot lane. No, they don't quite get the stun, but Wingnut is taken to about a third of his health.
Yeah, a little bit of skirmishing down there. As there is in the top lane, Wormy is getting very low, actually. And this is a decent matchup for Malisexo because there is nothing that Wormy can block with that wind wall.
Yeah, and even more damage coming through. Knock up from Envied. A little bit of damage down on the Pancake, but not going to matter too much. But I will see, like, because I think this top lane is really going to be kind of a deciding factor. Whoever can get ahead with those teleports, they can impact the entire map.
Yeah. Next, Eminus took a large chunk of damage there, but I really like what he did. He used the Karma RW. So RW is really good when you're taking trades in lane because it allows you a large amount of sustain, especially if you can get the second tick. But even just that first tick when you're low HP gives you a massive health boost. So you can see that next Eminus actually has a decent amount of health in this laning phase. So
yeah, and sustain is really important for that mid lane. Especially against an Echo.
Yeah, it's not nearly as important for a support Karma because you normally want to poke more, but a mid lane Karma can use it very well, especially into a melee.
Ooh, we do have some aggression in the bot lane though as Wingnut goes very low. He's the bomb on, has to use that heal. Flash comes out from Lucid, but no kill converted, so Flash is burnt. I mean, actually, Wingnut didn't even burn his Flash, and that's the one that's really important down in that bot lane.
Yeah, Wingnut barely getting out there without using it, really greedy. But speaking of greed up here, Silver and Korea looking to take those Krugs, but getting taken out by Uggles and Malisexo.
Yeah, and a bit of an engage in the mid lane. Ignite is gonna go down to Accelerion. Oh my god, I really butchered that name. Actirion.
Yeah.
Actirion.
The difficult names this one are Actirion and Malisexo, both on Team Guy Fieri, and both of them really dominating their laning phases.
Yeah, I mean, next Enemies, he is going to have a bit of an advantage in that lane.
Yeah, well, I mean, he should have an advantage once he starts getting some items to have that, you know, really safe wave clear on the Karma, but against his Echo, Echo has such good wave clear. Just throws out a few time winders and the wave is gone. Something I want to point out is that Wingnut actually opted into 2 points Q and 2 points W by level 4. So not a single point in that Hawk shot. So really not even caring about the vision at all. Very greedy. And I would say that using the Ashe E for vision is far more valuable than an extra point in the Q.
Yeah, I would agree. And now there is going to be a short invade here. Lucid's going to go very, very low. He has to be a little bit careful of that Ashe. But Pancake is going to stand for a little bit of extra damage. Lucid Lifestyle needs to be careful in that bot lane, though.
Yeah. Lucid very low now, having to use a pot. It is worth pointing out that Wingnut is out of mana, only has enough for one ability. And Pancake Whacker did take Stoneborn Pact, I believe is the name of it. So whenever he hits a Q, it will allow Lucid to heal a little bit.
That's going to be Lucid getting knocked up, but the Sonic Wave does not quite land, and now Silver has to dash out. Takes a little bit of damage, but the bot lane for Guy Fieri is going to have to back off.
Yeah, Lucid actually did that really well. So with Tristana and Ezreal, you can use their escape abilities. And since they have a little buffer, if you get CC'd during the buffer, you're still going to get out. So getting hit by the Recon W while using the Tristana rocket jump in the first little wind-up phase means that she can get out without getting CC'd.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a safe bet to try and gank that lane, though. I mean, Lucid doesn't have her flash for, you know, a little under 2 minutes now. And Wingnut is going to be able to get his ultimate up soon, so this could be the focus for the side of D-Boyz.
I mean, you say that, but if you look at all these lanes, you have Jarvan with the flag and drag. He can just get out really easily. Echo with the
No, I'm thinking
E.
bot lane specifically.
Yeah, but then when you look in the bot lane too, Rocket Jump, one of the largest gap closers or escapes on an ADC.
Sure.
And then you have Braum, who has one of the few supports with an escape using this, the leap. I forget what his W is called. Stand Behind Me is his E. Can't remember the name of the W.
Yeah.
It's escaping me right now. Wait, is W Stand Behind Me? No. One of them is Stand Behind Me. Using the W though, going up for the Q, and blocking Ashe shots.
You got me all tripped up now. I play Braum all the time, but the ult is gonna come out for iWormy in the top lane. Elwormy. Not gonna work out for him though. Yeah, I play Braum all the time. I should know this, but I cannot honestly think of it now that you've brought it up.
Hold on, wait. The Braum E
Here,
is
we can
unbreakable. W is Stand Behind Me. E is
Yep.
unbreakable. There we go. Okay. I was like, no, wait.
That sounds right.
Yeah. No, but that is right. I
Absolutely.
double checked it. In client. As Envied goes in with 2 marks of the Braum passive on him.
Knock it back onto Elusive, but not quite enough damage. I mean, every time, Envy is doing a really good job of bullying in that bot lane. We do have a gank in the top lane. So the Dragon Strike does come out onto Maliexo, and that's going to be the first blood going over to Yasuo.
Yeah, that's a really big deal for Wormy because it's going to allow him to start getting his damage items and actually starting to be the dominant one in this lane. Before in this lane, Maliexo was the one who was ahead. Same story in the mid lane.
In the mid lane, and that's going to be an Ignite. Easy kill picked up for Nex.
Wait, the Chrono Break wasn't used.
I don't know if he would have had enough time. Wait, Chrono Break. Yeah, I know he could have.
That's a bit odd, but... Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow connecting.
Crystal Arrow going to go down to the bot lane. Pancake Whacker, he's going to be fine. Yeah, it didn't stun the priority target there. And like you said, the rocket jump to get out, even if it did land on Elusive, wouldn't really matter that much.
Yeah, she still would. The Tristana still would have jumped all the way away. And yeah, if she gets stunned at the end, not a big problem because she's, double the auto attack range of Ashe, in distance. So
under her turret.
Yeah, so not a real problem for her. I mean, even halfway through this lane, Lucid is still pretty safe. At this area where she's at right now, she's almost ungankable. After she's past the halfway point is where she starts to become gankable. But this Tristana, if she's getting shoved, like in this part, if they're just having the lane like this is really good for her.
I will say though, for this top lane, Elwormy, this is really, really big for him actually getting a kill. Because he was getting bullied so much in that top lane. We'll have to see if he's actually able to turn it around.
Yeah.
Even in CS now too. He was falling a little bit behind early on.
Envied, again, walking up. Pancake Whacker is really low. So they're getting some decent damage on that Braum.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to heal with except for, oh boy, names.
The
charges.
Relic Shield.
Relic Shield,
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I totally forgot.
As there's a very big skirmish in the top lane.
Yeah, that's going to be the ult coming down from Malasexo, and he's going to be able to pick himself up a kill. As I was saying, is he going to be able to turn around that lane? El Wormy not able to pull it out.
Yeah, Malasexo was not afraid. Most people would probably opt into the gank in the bot lane.
Ult's going to come through. Wingnut going to be very, very low. Does get knocked up by that Glacial Fissure, and the kill does come through for Lucid.
Right as we were looking at that, you know, 1v1 in the top lane, the junglers were down in the bot side and go for a gank. And so quickly on that top side matchup, the Malasexo on the Jarvan opted to go for the much more damage build instead of going for like a Ninja Tabbies early to just be really safe. And he is not backing down from this Yasuo. He is looking to shut him down.
No. And just like that, Team Guy Fieri is able to pick it back up 2-2. Evening things up just a little bit, and this dragon should make it pretty much dead even.
Yeah, they are slightly behind in gold, about 300, 400 down. And they're losing more because of this rotation where they put Malasexo in the mid lane for some reason.
Yeah, I think they might have thought a rotation was coming through and a contest for the dragon, but...
I mean, he had teleport too, so there's no reason to really put him down. Just kind of putting him further behind the Yasuo for no reason, losing a full wave of CS.
I mean, he did win the 1v1, so it might not be too much of a concern. We'll have to see where the junglers go, because if there is a repeat visit in that top lane, it could mean really bad things for Malasexo.
Yeah. And I want to say that the boot rush on Karma is a really interesting build. Going straight for the tier 2 boots, the Sorcerer Shoes, before anything else.
That is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because nobody's actually building Magic Resist.
It's a bit early for that, I think. Flat penetration is good when people don't really have much magic resistance, so it's not,
right.
You know, it's not like it's not going to do anything for her at all.
It's true.
But
yeah, and another engage happening in the mid lane. Echo gonna get a little bit of a shield here. Ignite does go down though, and he might actually, no, he does miss, but he's able to pull it out. Oh my gosh.
Acterion.
Acterion doing a great job in the mid lane. Very clutch fight.
Yeah. I will say though that next Eminus used the RQ compared to the fight in the top lane first.
Malasexo's taking a lot of damage, and Yasuo's got those minions to go through. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Silver's gonna pick himself up a kill onto Echo.
Yeah, Acterion overstaying, not having the Chrono Break anymore since he had to use it in the last fight, and gets killed by the Lee Sin. Now, that's really big. 2 solo kills for the side of D-Boyz, and
yeah, no,
really, it was a lot of greed, especially on the side of Acterion, where he either needed to shove the wave and have his jungler there to make sure he was safe, or he needed to just back and take whatever the wave was at. Because he was way too low with nothing up. So, a little bit of overstaying from the side of Team Guy Fieri.
Absolutely agree. Knock up in the bot lane. Gonna be a good amount of damage down onto Braum. Stun comes out to Envied. But Braum's gonna be okay. He's very, very tanky with that Unbreakable shield up.
Yeah, Envied popping the quickness and not having the flash up for a little while longer means that he's not going to have his primary form of engage. So if any large skirmishes, you know, 3v3s break out, not having the quickness on the Rakan is a very big deal. That is such a potent ability for, you know, CACing down large amounts of targets and then grouping them together. Because basically what you do is you just run around in a circle and then everyone is huddled together and then you can just W them and then like everyone can just wombo them to the ever-living skies.
And we've talked a bit about the tankiness of Guy Fieri and the frailness of D-Boyz, but one thing that D-Boyz does really well is chain CC.
Yeah, and I mean, look at this amount of CC, right? They have...
Yeah.
Oh.
And we might be seeing it right here, too. The Sonic Wave not going to land, but the stun gets onto Tristana. Glacial Fissure there to defuse the situation, and Lucid just barely getting out of it.
Yeah, and with that, the Rift Herald was taken in the top side for Team Guy Fieri. So are they going to be able to get a response tower here? Make that the second tower for them. They are ahead. 3,000 gold right now compared to the 300 before. So definitely getting a gold lead, but that Rift Herald might be able to equalize it out a little bit more if they can get a tower with it. But yeah, they're not going to get this bottom tower, so that's really good for Team Guy Fieri. It's going to be able to even out this game a bit.
For sure.
As we're
getting bullied. Might see a bit of a fight in the top lane as we see the Demacia go down right onto Yasuo, and Wormy not going to be able to make it out. He goes down.
Yeah, Uggle's picking up a kill
kills
here.
traded back and forth.
Now look at this. Oh my, bot lane.
Yeah, engaged in the bot lane as we see Silver and Korea getting it right onto Lucid. Does have the Sonic Wave, but he's not quite able to connect. Silver and Korea goes low, but he'll be able to make it out. And, oh man, this blue side bot lane is playing with fire.
How did Silver and Korea not get that? I mean, maybe he should have just tried to take the Braum and just leave the Tristana, but he connected the Sonic Wave, which surprised me, and then didn't get to follow up on it. Maybe he was out of energy or
out of range.
No,
he has a really long range.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly why. Maybe he just was scared that he would die, but Lucid would have died just from that Q alone because of how low, the Tristana was.
Silver and Korea almost would have definitely died just based on the fact that Braum could follow up. Maybe,
yeah.
But
then that would be a kill for Braum for a kill for Lee Sin.
Yeah.
At worst case scenario, guarantees a kill. Maybe you go 1 for 1. That's not horrible at all. Maybe a 2 for 1 even. If like Pancake Whacker just tries to stick on to Silver, then Envied might be able to turn that around because Pancake Whacker was really low as well. Either way, really close engage in the bot lane again. As there's another engage, Uggle's using the Righteous Glory.
Yeah, he's gonna rush in there. Crystal Arrow there to stop him. He's gonna run into the turret, take 1 shot, and back off.
Yeah.
Uggles, he's looking pretty strong. He wants to group up with the team a little bit.
Yeah, rush that Righteous Glory even before finishing the jungle item means this is a strong Maokai. That just wants to run in there, CC people, and then have his teammates do the damage, really.
Malasexo giving up on top lane a little bit, trying to get some damage down on the mid lane turret, at least in there to back things up.
And the Rift Herald in the bot lane here, gonna be able to take down that tower probably.
That is gonna be a lot of damage coming through.
As
the rune lands onto Wingnut. Wingnut gonna use that heal to stay alive just a little bit longer, but Lucid follows up with the kill, but gonna jump right into Lee Sin as he's able to get that kill now. Yasuo, what can he do? Gets a 3-man wind slash, and that's gonna be there. The follow-up, so much damage coming through. 2 kills for Yasuo, 1 kill for Lee Sin, and that 4 for 1.
That right there is the Wombo with the Rakan, with the Lee Sin, with the Yasuo. That is the embodiment of perfect team fight for them. I mean, that could not have gone better for them, except have it happen before the tower went down, but that fight was so big for them. They are now, again, 3k gold up, basically getting rid of that Rift Herald lead that they got. And now they're probably going to get an Earthstrike off of that. That fight was monstrous. And all that gold goes exactly where they want it. This Ashe is a utility AD carry. She doesn't need gold that much. This Yasuo getting gold, this Lee Sin getting gold, they're going to snowball.
Go in. I do not know what he was trying to do. Maybe Chrono Strike out?
Yeah, he was going to try to steal it and Chrono break out, but then got CC comboed, and he should have expected that. You have the Yasuo with the Tornado, you have the Lee Sin. He does not have Dragon's Rage yet, but oh my.
Oh, last breath going to go down onto just Braum, and here's Envy to help follow things up. Oh my gosh, Uggles is in a bad spot. He does have Jarvan to help him out, but that's not even going to matter, as D-Boyz are just steamrolling the jungle of Guy Fieri.
Ooh, this 3-man combo of the Lee Sin, Yasuo, and the Rakan is so strong. They are incredibly fed right now. That is exactly what they needed. This is going towards their 1-win condition. And we mentioned it. The Lee Sin and the Yasuo need to get strong. They need to get gold, and then they need to carry this comp with the 3 supports that they have, right? Ashe is a support in this team comp. And that is exactly what's happening. Wingnut is playing the utility ADC very well, not losing any CS behind, right? Keeping even with the CS, so the Ashe isn't that far behind. But
Yasuo is so close to getting that Tristana. Yeah, and I mean, you said carry, and that's just kind of what they're doing. El Wormy 5-2-3, 4-0-4 on the Lee Sin. They are getting strong. It's exactly what they need to do to win this game. And now next, Enemies might be in a little bit of trouble here as the damage is going to come through to Acceleron. Oh, but he hops right into the Chrono Break, and the damage does come through Cataclysm. Envied isn't going anywhere, and Echo is going to be the one to pick up that kill. They need to not do that, that's for sure.
Yeah. And again, next, Eminus used the RQ there, and that was really greedy because he was so low. Probably should just went for the RW again that he used early on to survive through the Echo, because Echo is going to be in melee range. He wants to stay close to you.
Yeah.
So, you know, using the RW is exactly what you want.
No, he's going to be fine. Not quite a wet noodle fight. It's more of a wet lance and sword fight. I tried.
I'd say like it's like a wet shovel fight, you know?
Yeah.
It
they
hurts.
still hurt, but they're not really meant for killing each other, I guess.
Yeah, that wasn't the purpose of them. But it still works. Because, I mean, they're not meant to take out these bruisers, right? The Yasuo really wants to go for that Tristana, that squishy Echo, or just a combo. And the Jarvan, same deal. They both kind of want to just wombo the other team. And, you know, we've been seeing... Oh.
Does engage. He gets the stun on the Ashe, but he might regret this. Is the Dragon Strike going to come through? And, ooh, Tristana's got to be a little bit careful.
I think that's the third time Acterion has done this.
I keep saying Dragon Strike. I know it's a Dragon's Rage. Silver Korea is going to get rooted up here. Knocked up as well, but Uggles might be in a bit of trouble now as he gets stunned. Glacial Fissure there trying to stop things, but Tristana's already gone down to the back line. The Yasuo destroying everybody in damage. Uggles went down. That's Malasexo trying to make his way out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he might end up dying here too as he gets knocked up under his tier 2 turret, uses that Cataclysm, tries to trap the team, but Envy doing an amazing job.
Yeah, and they're going to get 2 towers off of this, possibly an inhib or even a Baron, depending on what they go for. The Baron is up, and it is an option right now. It looks like they're going to go for that inhib turret. Now, really, the death timers are coming up. Most people are respawning at this point, but yeah, they're going to get that inhib tower. Why would they fight 4v5? Team Guy Fieri, they just lost their mid laner, one of their 2 main DPS, right? You have the Tristana, you have the Echo, the main DPS, and then Jarvan can add some in there, right? Why fight without the Echo? He just died. You do not want to force at that time. Uggles pops the Righteous Glory and just tunnels super hard, goes in, team follows up, and then everyone dies. You have to cut your losses there and try to turtle until Acterion comes back up. Don't, you know, look for a 4v5 fight there. Just buy some time. If they take 1 tower, that's much better than them getting 5 kills and taking 3 towers.
Yep.
Opening up an inhibitor, you know.
So many huge mistakes made by Team Guy Fieri, leading to this nearing 10k gold lead for D-Boyz. And I could be getting even further here. El Wormy's got to be a little bit careful as Lucid, the Crystal Arrow does land, and that's going to be last breath. 2 more kills picked up for El Wormy, 8-2-6 now. They're not done. Looking for Uggles. He's going to go down, and I don't know. I'm speechless right now. They needed win conditions. They've met their win conditions. They've done everything except for close this game out.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like they're just going to try to play for a more slow and steady. I mean, they've been trying their best to get objectives, and right now they're getting the Baron, which is a pretty big objective. It's going to allow them to... Oh, Malasexo just used TP in the bot lane. A little bit strange. Maybe trying to rush on that tower. But with
I don't think he realized
recalls,
just how fast that Baron was going to go down.
Yeah, and with those Baron recalls, they're all in base, running down into that bot lane. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get that tower, and that's a TP down. Although Acterion still does have the teleport, so they still have 1 to play around with. It's a bit strange, though. A bit weird usage of teleport. I don't know if I necessarily like it that much.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of feeling for Guy Fieri, like, what else can Malasexo do?
Yeah, and I did just confirm that it is El Wormy, although I don't know if he prefers I, but we are going to go with El Wormy for the rest of this cast, as you have so correctly done.
Yeah, the only reason I got that was because Blaster Boy put it in capital L before.
Oh, see, mine was lowercase, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he posted capital L for me. Oh, Lucid, what are you doing there? Face checking bushes, and now Uggles, he's gonna get taken out as well. And I mean, just the disrespect for Team Guy Fieri. I understand they're behind, but they've got to play this slow. If they want a chance in this game, they've got to slow things down.
Yeah, and that is another Drake going over. An air Drake, probably the weakest Drake of them all. But here, next Eminus getting
Sexo, they're going to be able to pick up a kill. Use Cataclysm, but that is actually pretty big. They might be able to stop this push in the bot lane now.
Yeah, Karma being the primary source of wave clear for this team. But when you're this far ahead, you could just have the Yasuo wave clear. He doesn't even have to respect the enemy team. He can just walk up, you know, just cue the minions to death. And that will stall out the hold for, or the push for now. El Wormy shoving at the top wave. Doesn't look like he's gonna go for the inhib either though. Inhib tower, I should say. And
26 minutes in this game, and it's over 12k gold lead. This is a pretty big stomp at this point.
Now I'm gonna say that it wasn't played perfectly by them. The early game was very rough, and right now looking at these items, Rakan, Warmogs, Karma going straight for the Void Staff when she already has some Magic Pen, instead of opting towards the Luden's Echo for more wave clear, because that's primarily what they need her to do right now. Or even like an Athene's, so she can just kind of heal and protect more. It's kind of really like question mark. It's a bit odd, the builds here, and even iWormy, iWormy's build is fine. He needs to start going towards defensive items now because he's so far ahead. Wind while blocking the...
There's going to be an engage, though. A lot of damage down. Karma going to fall early on. This could be a fairly big turning point for them. iWormy has to back out. Does get the wind slash off, but he gets stunned up and taken down. Now this is going to be huge. Tristana going off. She's going to be able to pick up one. Echo gets himself one. That's going to be 3 down, and Guy Fieri finding something.
Yeah, Team Guy Fieri really needed that fight to work out. And Uggles, again, with the Maokai flank, has been doing this all game. They are not using their vision adequately. I mean, they have wards down, but not too many, and not enough to spot the Maokai out. Unless, I don't think they saw him, because I think he came from either Wolf Pit area or from right outside of that base gate on the upper side of the blue base.
Now Team Guy Fieri on to the second tier turret. They should be able to pick this up. Got to be a little bit careful. An R3 up on the side of Team D-Boyz. Ult gonna go down onto Tristana. She's gonna go very low, jumps into Raptors, and they're gonna be the ones to pick up that kill. Now Envy gonna be able to get one right here, and this actually could be really bad for Team Guy Fieri. Malasexo is gonna go in with the Cataclysm. Not quite enough damage to get any kills though. And if they keep dragging out like this, it could be game.
Yeah, as Elwormy, excuse me yet again, is just taking out turrets right now. Echo is here, so Acterion trying to do his best, but... Oh, Uggles is so low!
Uggles! Yeah, Uggles is dead. Uggles is very, very dead right now. Acterion gonna go back, and yep, that's gonna be the last breath right onto Pancake. He's gonna get stunned up by the Crystal Arrow as well, and now right onto Tristana. Yeah, this is definitely game.
Yeah. And that was so dominant. I mean, it's a little last stand, but that Echo just barely getting next Eminus. And they're just gonna go for one
kill. He's gonna go back in, gets another kill. There is still a little bit of health left on this Nexus. Acterion, he has to get away, but the Sonic Wave's gonna land. Now the ult back down onto Malasexo, and everybody is dead. GG. Team D-Boyz.
Game 1 going over to Team D-Boyz, beating over Team Guy Fieri. And that was Yasuo. That was Yasuo.
Yeah. Yasuo going off 12, 3, and 8. Got the eye edge and everything. He definitely hurt later on in that game.
Yeah. And with that, that concludes Game 1. We will be going to a quick break, hopefully. And we will be getting ready for Game 2 in this best of 2 to see if Team Guy Fieri can take back and tie this up between D-Boyz. Ugh, kill me.
Alrighty, hello and welcome back to our NA show match here at Learning Fives. I'm Scott the Small Dog Burger, and joining me once again for game number 2 is Meowing Cat. How are you doing, man?
I am doing good. We had an interesting game one with some really cool compositions.
I thought I was good. I saw the first ban. Has the second ban come out already?
Um, it is Zach, Yasuo, Thresh, Wukong. Is your client not work? Is it dead?
It worked for the first ban. I think I have to restart.
You restart, just watch the stream. I will go through bans so far. So on the again, Blitzcrank is banned out from D-Boyz. So Pancake Whacker not gonna get either of those hooking champions, as the Thresh is also banned out. And the bans are pretty similar to last game, with a lot of focus on those early game champions. Again, like you mentioned, from D-Boyz. And the Yasuo, of course, is taken away from El Wormy, as he was going off last game. And can we do this? Can we just get this in the background? Do you think Brian's gonna bench us? I'm gonna have some pick band music going on. Do you think Brian will bench us?
Bench us for what reason?
For playing pick band music.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, let's go. Got the throwback music.
Fives. Let's bring this up.
As Renekton is picked up for Malasexo, which means that iWormy can take a counter matchup. And I think giving iWormy that is a lot of agency, because he really popped off last game. So allowing him a counter pick is pretty scary.
Ooh.
Although it is, a Renekton, so Renekton is a very strong lane bully. So maybe even if he does get a counter, it'll still be a good lane for Malasexo.
Yeah, Malasexo definitely was kind of a shining light for TGF.
And I will change the overlay right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Team Guy Fieri is actually going to have to change things, to change things up and actually make this work. Kane getting picked up. That should be fun to watch. I am interested to see what happens with this Shaco, though. It has been a very, very long time since I've actually seen Shaco.
And that is a Kane versus Shaco, so they're both looking to make picks to get some early kills down.
Two of possibly the creepiest champions in the game.
The
Next
emo
Animus?
junglers.
Yes, absolutely. Next Animus on his Karma, so...
Again. And,
yeah,
you
very
gotta...
strong pick.
With the Twitch, with the Kane, if Envy doesn't play a shielding support, I really want to see next Eminus get the Ardent Sensor, and then kind of play like a more supporty mid laner. And if you look at, if you get the Ardent on the Kane and Twitch, they're going to be autoing people like crazy. Kane is going to be able to, just smash people. Twitch is going to pop off. And it's going to be interesting to see what iWormy takes here, because now there's not that much of a front line unless Envy plays, a hyper tank support.
Yeah, I do like the Orianna pickup, though. It definitely complements the team well. Shaco is really, really good with Orianna just because you can throw that ball in there and just get a really unexpected shockwave.
Yeah, and...
more bans coming through. Again, a lot of target onto Pancake. Poor, poor Pancake.
Yeah, not getting anything down there. Well...
It's surprising to see the Braum go through this far once again.
Yeah, they did take away Envy's Rakan, so there is going to be something else played in that support position. Braum is still available, though, so if Envy doesn't take it, Pancake Whacker could take it again, which would really round out this composition. Both teams actually really need some more tankiness right now. So Braum is really high up in the priority here. I guess Tom Kench is up there too, but not nearly as high as Braum would be, I would say.
Yeah, and as a reminder, TGF is on the red side now. DBZ picking up game number 1 from that red side first game.
Yeah, and then Shen for Elwormy, which is a very big difference to what we saw last game. Instead of a hyper carry, they were putting him on a hyper tank. Now, Shen is good into the Renekton because he can block the Renekton's Ws and auto attacks, so it'll help, but another tank for that team with the Leona, so that is a lot of lockdown, and that will allow the Twitch to just kind of if they're just CC'd and Twitch is protected by the Shen, they can kind of just destroy this whole team. But the Braum coming through, and I don't know why that wasn't banned.
Yeah, I don't know why Braum went so far through, but I do want to touch real quick on El Wormy's Shen. I do like this pick because he was so impactful on the Yasuo just with the teleport. Now he's got extra, you know, side lane impact, just global impact in general. So I'm really excited to see how iWormy plays this Shen.
I would say, why wasn't it banned? Why wasn't it picked?
El Wormy.
Envy could have picked it here.
Yeah,
The Braum.
I agree.
Like, that is such an important pick. That neutralizes the Twitch so much, because Braum can just use that Unbreakable, block all the Twitch's ulti damage for his backline. That Twitch can now only hit the one target, which kind of really just destroys his ultimate. And oh, that's a bit it's a bit of a problem, because that's most of their damage. Compared to last game, you know, they had the Yasuo who could just go in and do that melee damage. This game they have the Twitch who's ranged and needs to get that piercing shots when he can't do that because of the Braum Unbreakable. You know, what do you have for damage then? You have Kayn to go in. I'm a bit iffy about this pick, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of my thoughts last game for DBZ, but they were obviously able to pull it out, and
They had a good melee counters.
That's
to it.
true.
This game they don't have the melee counters. They have a Kayn. That's really it. You know, Braum can't block the Yasuo damage. He can block Twitch though, and Kayn isn't nearly as much of a hyper carry than the Yasuo is. And it's not even El Wormy playing it, who's their carry player. It's Connor Toll, which is, we haven't really seen that much out of him. We saw the Braum, or sorry, not the Braum, we saw the, oh wait, he wasn't even in last game. He was actually substituted
he wasn't
out. Yeah. So they had
there was
Silver
a sub
last game. Yeah. Which means that,
yeah, this is gonna change a lot of things up.
First game we're seeing Connor Toll, too. I hope we can see something come out from it, but
I mean, again, there is the CC combo for the side of DBZ. They've got that going for them, but I don't know. The team fights, I don't know. The team fights, they could go either way. It's very up in the air. But do you have any last thoughts before we go to a quick break?
I really think that this time the composition is actually looking pretty good for Team Guy Fieri. It's much closer than last game, where I thought, well, you know, I thought the Team Guy Fieri had a better comp last game too, actually. But they had a hyper carry on the side of D-Boyz who could just break through that. This game, I don't know if they have the same strength. So this composition, this game is looking a lot closer and a lot more standard, and I think that this is probably working towards the strengths of Team Guy Fieri better.
Yeah, I don't know. Team Guy Fieri, they put up a really good show last game. We'll have to see if they're able to pull it out. But we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, it's going to be TGF versus DBZ. You guys are not going to want to miss it. Alrighty, hello and welcome onto the Rift, everybody. Once again, I'm the Small Dog, and co-casting is Meowing Cat. But a quick warm welcome for the boys on the blue team. It's going to be D-Boyz in the top lane, L Wormy in the jungle, Connor Toll in the mid lane, next Eminus in as AD carry, Wingnut, and on support Envied. And on the red side, we've got Malisexo in the top lane once again. Uggles in the jungle, Acterion in the mid lane, Lucid Lifestyle as AD carry, and on support Pancake Whacker.
Seconds until minions spawn.
I am unfortunately unable to spectate, so I'm going to be having to watch the stream and doing a bit of an analysis. Yeah, unfortunately it's grayed out. I think it's because it's tournament mode. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. Right.
Caught up yet.
Yeah, looking for a little bit of extra sustain in the jungle. I believe your mic is muted.
Unlucky.
Unfortunate this
rough
game.
game.
Unfortunate, yes. But we will make do.
Production errors in 2017.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that client bug. I should have restarted my game when I noticed it, but
Fine.
we will make do.
As Malisexo gets really low in the top lane, and El Wormy is going for some hyper carry on the Shen.
Yeah, and a lot of damage actually coming through. Man.
Envy.
Oh, Wormy, he's gonna be bullying that lane. I'm actually surprised Malisexo's having that hard of a time in the top lane currently.
Yeah, and I'm gonna turn off my fan. There's background noise that I do not want on the stream. Well, okay. All right. It is gone. It is dead. I will
It is
burn
an
to death for
NA
you
stream
guys.
after all. I mean,
Casting in the hot NA. Oof.
yeah.
It is like 80 degrees or something at least.
I'm lucky. I get to cast in the basement, but my old office, it would get up to about 80 degrees.
My room is always on fire. There is a first blood. Uggles killing El Wormy. What happened there?
Yeah, and Uggles just, I mean, he was able to get in there really, really on, had that red buff, and El Wormy being a little bit too aggressive. Thought he
Yeah.
had Malisexo,
Malisexo, yeah.
Malisexo, where he wanted him, but very, very unfortunate. And that's actually going to be really big for Malisexo in that top lane.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are really big, the skin quality from Wingnut over here with that new Twitch skin, Omega Squad Twitch, only $13.50 in your local Riot Games shop.
Buy now.
Right, please hire me.
I love it. Yeah, no, but Wingnut,
It is a
I mean,
really good skin.
Skins aside, I mean, he's played pretty well so far. Last game, he did a pretty good job on that Ashe. Drawed a lot of focus, and that let El Wormy get just kind of whatever he wanted in those team fights.
Yeah, but this is a completely different role he's having to play now, where El Wormy is the support, and El Wormy is getting damaged hard, over half his health in that little trade. But
yeah,
yeah,
Renekton, I think that early gank top lane is definitely going to help him out, getting the 2 long swords early on. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't look like that much, but very, very early on, just an extra longsword can mean like life or death.
Yeah. Something to note is, again, the trade is being blocked out by a really good Spirits Refuge, I believe. Is the W from Shen. As Lucid rocket jumping out after a good combo on Envied. I want to say that next Eminus is having a much harder time in this lane. Acterion on a range champion is really bullying next Eminus and having to force the back now. I want to watch the wave management. Acterion has no mana, so can't really shove out the wave too well, but it will go under the tower. So really big. Acterion has the lane advantage right now and actually had an extra pot when, you know, next Eminus was at 0. He had 2.
I like Acterion a lot more on this Orianna. It's not that Echo is bad, it's just Orianna
Much
has
more
a
lane
lot
pressure
of
and can bully
lane
the Karma.
presence.
Because Karma's
and
good.
He's also got a really good team fight.
Yeah. I mean, Echo has good team fight too, but the main thing I'd have to say is having that range prevents next Eminus from getting those free RWs on the Karma for all that sustain.
Yeah.
And now he's not really able to get those RWs because he's not playing a melee champion anymore. Acterion is able to get really good trades when before they were kind of even because of that range discrepancy and the way that Karma works into that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Wormy continues to get bullied in that top lane. Very, very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, again, this is a Shen against a lane bully. Shen is very safe, but at the same time can't make the big plays that Yasuo can. So it really is all on Wingnut and Connor Toll to step up a lot this game. And we haven't even seen Connor Toll. He's an unknown factor because he was put in from in this game. He wasn't in the last game.
And that could be a pretty big advantage or disadvantage for DBZ. Having Connor Toll as that kind of wild card coming in late. But this bot lane, a little bit of CS going in the favor of Wingnut, but not too much.
Oh, as Uggles is here. Oh, that is a very nasty combo. Will it be enough though? As next Eminus narrowly escapes. Oh, that is... Whew. That was really close.
Yeah, and I think next
Next Eminus. There we go.
I can't get it. It's like, I don't know. It's one of those words that just twists my tongue around. But yeah, next Eminus, he was just a little bit too aggressive. You have to pay respect.
Connor Toll going in on Acterion here. Just using the ulti though. Not getting much because of the command protect. As El Wormy gets chunked again. And that has been the story of this top lane. Oh, Uggle's getting low.
Yeah, Connor Toll maybe think he had a little bit more damage in that mid lane. Not quite yet.
Yeah.
I do like the control wards coming out from TGF. I think their ward game was lacking a little bit last game.
Oh,
so
Wormy getting poked down a lot. It's important because Wormy's now getting at a health range where Melisexo can possibly all in. He has the Renekton ulti. Dominus? That's it. I got it. Oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah.
But he has the Dominus, which means that he could possibly all in with one more combo. Now there's enough health for that Shen, so he can't. But,
yeah, El Wormy playing with fire a little bit. Doesn't really have too much in his inventory right now, but hopefully it won't matter. Hopefully he doesn't give up too many kills, and later on in the game he'll have impact in other ways.
And I mean, he's staying even while farming under tower. That's pretty big.
Yeah, but he's also got to be careful if Uggles decides to actually make a trip up top lane, because that should be an easy kill for the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, as there might be something going on in the bot lane. As the Shen ulti comes out onto Wingnut, they're flashing out. Tristana not even having a flash, actually, because of that, again, that massive escape. And now Wormy having to TP up top lane, having no way to get to the bot lane if he needs to. Melisexo now has a TP advantage.
Yeah.
And there's another skirmish in the bot lane, actually, though. With that flash on the Braum being used up, he might be a little too vulnerable. The Leona ulti going down onto Lucid Lifestyle, but that Braum is getting so low, and Envied will pick up the first kill. Wingnut getting really low. Exhaust going on to Lucid Lifestyle, but that is not enough, as Envied flashes to the side for no apparent reason, I think. Yeah. I'm a bit confused by that, because Wingnut had both summoners up. That's a bit of a weird exchange.
Yeah. I mean, it all started out with
Ooh.
Pancake Whacker just being a little bit too aggressive.
Acterion getting a solo kill, but now Countertoll going on a kill for Uggles, and that will go over to El Wormy, as Malasexo does not rotate down fast enough. A lot of action all across the map for every team, for both teams, so...
Yeah, and Uggles there just trying to make plays for that top lane, like we said, but a really good read by Countertoll. But yeah, going back to that bot lane, a little bit too aggressive by Pancake early on led them to just kind of a bad engage.
You know, it was
Lucid
really
was
bad,
able
though,
to, he was
because-
able to get the kill.
Yeah, Lucid got a kill compared to Envied getting a kill, right? Like, can you really consider that bad?
I would say the initiation was bad, but it
Yeah.
worked out.
And I mean, I'd say the execution was a bit sloppy from both sides, because Lucid, both ADCs didn't
Absolutely.
even use their heal. So, like... it was a-
Yeah, that is really strange that Wingnut didn't use his heal.
That one especially. I think Lucid might have been like, okay, Pancake is dead, but oh, is Malasexo okay? That is very low on that Renekton. Will escape, but a dive gone slightly wrong, perhaps.
Yeah, a bit of an overcommit by Malasexo.
Yeah.
I don't
Weird
think he
names.
really needed to go in that far.
Oh,
early on.
the slice and dice coming out, and that will be it. A kill going over to Malasexo, popping Wormy there. Using that flash well, as Countertoll is looking for a return kill now. Lands the W onto Malasexo. Getting that cane damage in. Thunderlords is procced, flash connecting, and the second auto attack will barely get him in time. Oh, that was... Oh, next Eminus too. Shockwave coming out by Acterion, and
Wow.
he will actually get the kill. What was that? This barrier Oriana.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Acterion playing that phenomenally in the mid lane. Just able to get his command orb in the right spot at the right time. And next, Eminus didn't actually have any summoner spells to do anything against that. He will have his flash for next fight, but I mean, that could just be really good timing.
Ooh,
from
Ignite
that
going on
Acterion.
to Countertoll. Uggles looking for the kill. Countertoll ticking down, and what? Less than 20 HP. He will get out. That was, oh, so close. I almost wish that Uggles like went for that like extra auto attack using his clone or something just to go under the tower and get that.
Yeah, I think he could have.
Did
But
he have enough
Uggles
mana for the
nonetheless-
ulti? It costs 100 mana, I think, so it is pretty expensive. Maybe he couldn't have, but
Nonetheless, he does get the invade. He made it work. He shoved Countertoll back, and he was able to get the Grump. So
He did
successful
use his
in game
Ignite, though.
regardless.
Was
Yeah,
it
that's
really-
true. He did use the Ignite.
that is a decent amount of kill pressure that he's losing now.
I think he got a little bit of ahead of himself, thinking he got that kill.
For a second there, I thought he did too. As the Ocean Drake is being taken out, and this is an early Ocean Drake, so that is very important. As Spray and Pray does come out from Wingnut, and Grom ulti does connect, but a Leona ulti on 2 targets, perfectly dead in the eye, as Pancake Whacker is getting really low. Will the Expunge come out from Twitch? Will it be enough? It's not. Oh, there he goes. Auto attack coming out from Wingnut, finalizing the kill. Malasexo getting rooted down, but getting out with his life. But that is a big swing over to D-Boyz.
Yeah,
And-
DBZ really getting the best of that fight right there, and they're able to get the blue buff off the back of it as well.
Yeah, and right here, I mean, this is a pretty big swing, because look at that, where all that gold went, right? It went to the Twitch and it went to the Shen. Now, Twitch is going to be able to get kills with that gold, and Shen is going to be able to protect Twitch to get kills with that gold. So that's, I mean, it's not the worst place for it to be. It is better than it going to the Leona, but you really want all the gold to go over to Twitch as much as possible. But it's not worst case scenario by any means. Something
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
have to look at though is, oh, this Karma's positioning is something you have to look at. As next Eminence is kind of, ooh, the Shockwave not connecting. Ooh, okay, that was a little spicy for my taste. As Acterion is not giving up the chase though.
Man.
Next Eminence looking to maybe turn it around, but that is not going to be a, that's a solo kill again. Not, yeah, it is a solo kill because Uggles doesn't even get an assist. Acterion just completely dominating this lane. And if we look at it, 3-0, 20 plus CS up, and this gold lead is over 1.3k. And oh my god, wait, there is a fight going on in the bot lane, but I want to look up in the top lane as that will be that. Sorry for camera spaz. Some NA camera work. Just
Yeah, but
rapidly smash keyboard until it shows
I
you
just
what you
want
want
to
to
say,
see.
like, Acterion, he read Nex and Eminus like a book right there. Able to get him, like, very, very close with that shockwave, but was able to follow up and read where he was going to walk. And so far, Acterion, he's looking to put his team on his back and possibly carry 3-0-0.
And you know, a fed Orianna is pretty strong actually, because she
It's
can...
terrifying.
Oh, Uggles? Uggles? Wait a minute. No, okay. Has used ulti to escape though. That was a bit rough. Oh, as Envy does connect, but the rocket jump will still get Loose Lifestyle out. But now they are going on to Pancake Whacker, who is getting very low. The Expunge might be able to come out on the push and kill the kills, but the Shockwave is disrupting them and actually turns it around. 2-0 in favor of Team Guy Fieri. And this Acterion is going insane this game.
And that's the power of Orianna. You got those team fights, and I mean, they didn't even really need him there with the shockwave. They already had it under wraps. TGF looking a lot stronger than last game, for sure. And they're gonna be able to get this turret as well.
I really think it's because they gave a more favorable matchup to Acterion. Karma into Echo is actually pretty decent for the Karma, because Echo really has very little kill pressure on her because of that E, because of that, you know, the Karma RW. But up in the top lane, Dominus is being used. El Wormy is basically full HP though. Malasexo taking some damage on him, but not looking like he's gonna get a kill. Although Connor Toll is really looking at Uggles, using that ulti, and it will connect. Uggles is taken out by Connor Toll, and we'll just get out. Yes. And it is worth mentioning that Connor Toll did go for the Darkin form, the red upgrade on Kayn. Which means that he will have a lot more CC and kind of bruisery than the assassin form, which is much better for his team. I feel it's just a stronger one overall. Most people generally are looking that way at it.
Yeah, bit of a back and forth for both teams so far, but I think TGF is really going to look to group up soon. Just based on their team comp, I think they're going to do really, really well in these team fights.
You know, I'd like to see right now TGF putting their bot lane topside, because Rift Herald is up, Dragon isn't up for another minute 30. They could pressure down for that top turret right now, and then send the Renekton bot lane who could just wave clear it, and then maybe they could even play around the Rift Herald, right? The Dragon is up soon, so they needed to get this done sooner than what they are doing. If they do it now, it probably will be too late. Or it might be a little bit late.
Yeah, the main thing I'm worried about for TGF is their vision. They do tend to fall behind in vision a little bit.
It looks like they have a pretty decent vision line, although they could use some more around the lower side of red.
Yeah,
their mid
looking
lane.
towards Dragon, if they want to actually take that soon, they're going to need a little bit more. But the thing is, they tend to fall off on Ward.
Oh,
right
Wingnut,
before
don't you dare die on me, boy. As the Shen ulti does come out and save him, Lucid Lifestyle jumping in, but getting CC down. Was he too aggressive with that rocket jump? Not getting a kill, not getting his way out. As Connor Toll is going in, and this might be a disastrous fight as Uggles dies. They do get a return kill on Connor Toll, and on the backside, next Eminus gets taken out. Huh? This might be the opposite of disastrous, as El Wormy is one shot, getting the Spirit's Refuge down, getting the shielding, as Acterion pops Wingnut. Oh.
And that fight was so close. Lucid almost overcommitting at the very beginning, but fortunately the team is just so far ahead. Now they're going to be able to get that inner turret and possibly more.
Yeah, they're going for that Rift Herald first. Quickly checking the Dragon. It will be an Air Drake spawning up, so they don't really care that much about it compared to the Rift Herald that is up here. They could possibly, you know, get control over it and get it. Or maybe even D-Boyz want to take it as a constellation prize, although it's really risky to do that. But this is much more one-sided and much more dominant from Team Guy Fieri. Their game one was a bit iffy. It was kind of like 50-50. But this is much more than 50-50. This is a 5k gold lead right now, which is a lot considering the last game they were down 3k at, you know, around the same time for 20 minutes, as Acterion getting really low.
Yeah, I think it comes
This
back
might
to
be
that
the
warning.
overcommitting for the Baron, although it is an overcommit on the overcommit as Connor Toll gets taken out actually. And if Uggles can escape here, Oh, maybe he won't though, as he dies, and maybe they lose Acterion too. Envied is trying to stick on him, using the flash, but not connecting with that Q. And Pancake Whacker will sacrifice his life to save Acterion. That is, it's good that Acterion didn't die, because that is a 6-kill shutdown, right? It's 5 kills is the max. So that Orianna is worth a lot of gold, and the Braum is worth considerably less. But it's still not good to have 2 members die. But getting an inhib turret for it isn't the worst trade.
Yeah, no, they got an tier 2 turret as well as that tier 3 turret, so...
Was the first one still up? I think they got 3 turrets in that push.
I don't know. I actually have no idea, but
As next
TGF
Eminence is getting chased down.
I mean, they did a really, really good job there. Actually
Yeah.
making the best out of a bad situation, I'd say.
Is it even a bad situation though? 2 kills for 2 to 3 towers?
No, it was a bad situation
is
to
that,
begin
is
with.
that even bad?
Because they lost that fight, a bit of an overkill from Acterion, but they were able to, you know, be in that top lane and take down those turrets. So overall, it works out, and now they're going to go for the dragon.
Yeah, Acterion securing the Cloud Drake there. Now, what it really looks like what they need to do here is get that bot wave shoving out, get Malice Exo set up in that top lane, get everyone else in the mid lane. Just get that Baron control on the top side. Make sure that bot lane stays shoved out because you don't have any teleport for it right now. And then just execute a 1-4 as you just need to get kills like that, I guess, as Acterion deletes the next Eminence. This Orion is too fed to handle.
Yeah,
What
next
do you even
Enemies,
do to her? Like,
he did not stand a chance right there. I don't know, Shen ult, what else can be put on?
oh, wait a minute.
Stun Orianna
Spray
maybe?
and pray used, but it just looks like it's being used for wave clear as Exhaust goes down onto Wingnut. As Pancake Whacker is basically frontlining, Connor Toll using the ulti on the backline, but I don't think he's going to be able to get anyone. And is probably going to die on the backside of that, as Connor Toll is barely alive right now somehow. And Wingnut is just barely escaped, but that is 2 kills going over as Envied and El Wormy die.
Yeah, and somehow
oh
Wingnut's
no,
able to
Connor
make it
Toll.
out.
Oh no, he canceled. Okay, that's rip.
Yeah. I don't really know how Connor Toll made it, or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Wingnut made it out of there with Malexexo right on his tail.
I don't know how Connor Toll made it out either. He dove the whole back line and just walked
That-
out, I guess.
Yeah.
But look at next Eminence's health. That Orianna is so strong right now.
But TGF getting more map control now, and they're looking at this inhibitor.
Yeah, and this is looking like it's going to be a tie, as both teams are going to go with 1 win if TGF can do this. I mean, their first game they kind of went really downhill.
They snowballed it
Yeah,
really,
that
really
El
hard.
Wormy snowballed like crazy, but on the Shen he can't do that. And as a team they're playing so much better together. As Wormy is getting taken very low, has the Tristana bomb on him, and he and Envied go down as they're just jumping into their whole team. Oh, Uggle's looking for the 1v1 on Connor Toll here. And
Yeah, but another good shockwave from Acterion.
a weird 1v1 to say the least. I want to mention that Uggles is going for like a hybrid Shaco build. It's a bit odd. He's going for a Gunblade with the AP item. I don't know if that's the standard anymore. I think that was good for like a few patches. I don't know Shaco that well, but it doesn't even matter as the base is going down. Wingnut desperately trying to make a last-ditch attempt, but gets completely deleted. I mean, he's gone. Connor Toll trying to do the same, gets deleted. Envied going in, trying to do the same, not deleted yet.
Yeah, and the story of this game has been the complete opposite. TGF
Okay, now gets
doing
deleted.
an amazing job.
And now the Nexus being focused down as Team Guy Fieri takes game 2 to draw this best of 2 to a tie.
Yeah, and that was crazy. What did you think of that one?
That was just... oh, God. I gotta say, that game was Orianna. That was Acterion.
Yeah.
These games
9-0-10 on that Orianna.
I mean, really, like, El Wormy and Acterion, they both played so well, respectively, on their games when they won, right? Acterion played okay when he played really iffy in the first game, actually, but...
Yeah, well, and thinking about back to the first game, like, El Wormy did not have the lead initially. He had a really hard time in that top lane, but was able to pull it out and get the snowball rolling. On the Shen, you really, even if you do get a lead, you can't get that snowball rolling. And it started out against him with an early Uggles gank in that top lane, and it just kind of seemed to go from there. Uggles kind of cascading that. And like you said, Acterion, just an absolute monster. But any final thoughts before we go?
Yeah, I just gotta say that the getting the comfort picks for these players was a huge factor for this series.
Oh, yeah.
The players getting what they're comfortable on in the solo lanes just completely made or broke a team.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you guys for watching. On behalf of myself, Meowing Cat here, and everybody who is involved in this, the players and the organizers, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.